welcome back. 14-4, solving measurement problems, okay? So you've already learned how to use customary and metric units of length, capacity, and weight and mass, okay? So we're gonna be taking our knowledge of that unit, or those units, and again, kind of working backwards to solve accordingly. So here's the problem I'm gonna pose to you, okay? A bird feeder holds 8 cups of bird food. How many times could you fill that bird feeder with a 3-gallon container of bird food? All right, so I want to look at, first of all, what type of unit are we using? Are we using metric or are we using customary? Well, it's cups and gallons, so that already tells me it's, yes, customary, imperial, whatever you want to call it. And then what type of unit is it? Capacity, weight, or length? Well, cups and gallons, that tells me it's going to be capacity. All right, so I know 2 things, and it didn't even say those 2 things. I just figured it out because you and I were smart together. And I'm being asked to compare between cups and gallons. Okay, and that's fine. I'm gonna have to do some converting. So now would be a really good time to pause the video, take a look at the chart that's about to pop up, or pull out your gallon man, or pull out whomever, okay? But we need to do some converting, okay? So 1 gallon equals 4 quarts. I remember that because quarts is quarter. Okay, and 1 quart equals 2 pints, not pints. And 1 pint equals 2 cups. Okay? Now, if you really want to get good at these customary units of capacity, if you really want to get good and you want to be able to do this test and you want to be able to do it beyond, I suggest you get in the kitchen and you start cooking. I'm not even joking. First of all, look at me. Food is the best. I cook every day using these a lot, too much. But in addition to helping out mom and dad, getting in there cooking, making delicious meals, being in control of your own food, you will get better at using these units back and forth because this is where you're gonna see it most often. Okay, made some sweet homemade whipped cream the other day using these measurements. That was good. All right, so now I have 3 gallons and it's not asking how many cups are 3 gallons. It's asking if I have an 8-cup container, how many times could 3 gallons fill it? Well, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna figure out, I wanna get the units the same. That's my goal. I either wanna have gallons and gallons or cups and cups. I like to work from larger to smaller because it's multiplication. And when you go to the smaller unit, you tend to be more accurate. So I'm going to go cups and cups. So in order to do that, I'm gonna convert 3 gallons into the equivalent number of cups. All right, so if 1 gallon is 4 quarts, that means 3 gallons is 12 quarts. Okay. And if 1 quart is 2 pints, that means 12 quarts is 24 pints. And if 1 pint equals 2 cups, that means 24 pints equals 48 cups. And so yeah, 48 cups. Okay, that's one way we could have done it. We could have also done, hopefully you remember that 1 gallon also equals 16 cups, and 16 times 3 equals 48. Okay, that means Dan Marino threw 3 touchdowns every game in 1984 for the Dolphins. But with that being said, so now 3 gallons is 48 cups. I have purchased essentially 48 cups of bird food. So how many times can I fill up an 8-cup bird feeder? So now it becomes just a simple division problem. So I go 48 divided by 8 equals, and if you know your math facts, you know this. If you don't know your math facts, you better make your own multiplication chart so that you know this. But 6. So that means we could fill this bird feeder 6 times. And that makes sense. You know, that makes sense because 8 cups is half a gallon. And so you could fit 6 half gallons into 3 gallons. So, you know, basically, all I've done is I've taken the information I already learned, okay, from my chart, from wherever, and I'm just working backwards, okay? What am I given? Gallon cups. I wanted to connect the units, so I wanted to have the same units, cups, gallons, gallons. And so I did whatever math I had to do, and then I just plugged it in and divided. Okay, it's not always going to be clean like a math fact, but if it was 49 divided by 8, I know you guys could do that as well. So the most important thing that we need to know is before we can start solving what the answer is, you've got to be able to understand what the units and what the quantities you have are. So you're going to be given feet and inches. You're going to be given second and hours. You need to be able to figure out how to convert in between the two, okay? If possible, get the same units, okay? Seconds and seconds, inches and inches, centimeters and centimeters, liters and liters. Whatever it is, try to figure out how to get the same unit. Not the same quantity, right? Because 48 cups is not the same as 8 cups, but it's still cups and cups. And if once I get it to be the same unit, all I have to do is divide it. I don't have to make that extra step. But you just got to do those steps one by one sequentially using the information on the charts you've already created. See ya.